This video has been sponsored by the Association for the Welfare of Child Health, AWCH. AWCH is a national community organisation which aims to educate and raise awareness about the non-medical needs of children, adolescents and their families in the healthcare system. AWCH also supports the United Nations Convention of the Rights of the Child. Article 31 recognises the fact that all children have a right to rest, recreation and leisure, age-appropriate play and access to cultural experiences. As parents, caregivers and teachers, we all need to focus. Focus on the value of play. Also on our role in providing and sharing play. Play is fun, and for most, that fun starts at home.
Daddy.
Children at any age are learning. In fact, we learn more in our first 6 years of life than the rest of it. Children have a natural gift to inquire and explore. As parents, you play a supporting role. You build up trust and security. You provide feedback. You encourage enjoyment. So here at home, you build the tools for your child's future relationships with other children. When at home with a toddler and a preschooler, you have a busy day. We can at times forget the enormous demands young children naturally make on parents. Children need more than amusement, more than a distraction. They need you, a partner in play.
Well, a lot of the time they seem to use their own imagination to start the play, but there are times when they seem to run out of imagination. They're very imaginative in general, but there are times when they need to be set up with something and get the ball rolling for them, and we just let them go to it and they take over.
We might get them to do some cooking, or we'll get them to dress up or have a concert, things that they usually enjoy doing.
Concert could be playing, dancing to tape music, or they could be banging pots and pans in the kitchen or in the bedroom. They'll take the pots and pans in there and play. Emily likes to play with mud, do cooking, that sort of thing. It's something she started, but we sometimes suggest it. Really, although a lot of the play starts out fairly informal, it looks fairly informal, but the more I think about it, there's a lot more organisation behind it than we even realise.
Before we know it, our children are ready for kindergarten. Now, from experiences learned at home and at playgroup, our children have learned some social skills. Now, at kindergarten, these social skills can be extended and practiced.
I'm staying home today.
I'm staying home. You asked me if you'd like to go to the park.
We like to go to the park.
Here, opportunities come quickly. Language and communication skills are accelerated. There are chances for more problems, yes, but opportunity to find solutions, even some personal initiatives. So within these activities, there's opportunity for social and emotional growth. It's a case of fitting in and, more importantly, enjoying fitting in. One of the most powerful tools operating in playgroup, preschool and school is the continuance of social learning. Learning teaches skills. With these skills, self-esteem grows. This allows our children to deal with a new range of situations. The over-aggressive child, the shy child who doesn't say much, or meeting those special friends.
We've come a full circle in childcare. When I first started childcare, there weren't the materials available. So we were taught to play with the children, and we interacted the whole time. Then materials became available, and childcare givers tended to stand back and allow the child to do their own thing with the materials that were available. However, we tended to forget the need to extend the play and to use the materials in the right way. The ability to do both is to be there to interact with the child, not to take over the play, but to extend the play if a child needs conversation during the play, to be there to assist. There's a lot of planning and learning can be done through this. with children playing in the sandpit, playing on the gym equipment. You talk, you encourage them to talk about why they're doing things, their feelings, how they could hurt themselves if they were doing things too quickly. There's a lot can be learnt through play. There's a lot of social skills are learnt through play. There's a lot of activities that we do in the home corner that we learn how to live together without fighting, carrying on. We learn to share.
Friendships help children cope with the new, unfamiliar world of school. At school, they have to deal with feelings that accompany separation. If you think school can be difficult, think about the needs of a child in coping with hospitalisation. Now, as adults, we all know that feeling that goes with an unfamiliar situation. Those pre-flight nerves at the airport, that uncertainty before the job interview. We feel alone, separated. Now, add to that an unfamiliar clinical situation. Yes, we all know that feeling. For children, hospitalisation can bring similar feelings. Though placed in a well-meaning world full of kindness and professional care, it's strange. Children instinctively feel uneasy. There are high possibilities of pain, loneliness and fear. Modern medicine has always tried to reduce this problem. But here at the Monash Medical Centre, a well-designed program of play and recreation is seen as a strong part in children's treatment and recovery program. Aspects of the hospital program may still remain foreign to children, like the necessary medical regime, uniforms, monitoring, testing. But here, the program is assisted. This is the hospital playroom. It's a safe place, a physical and psychological space usually free of the signs that go with a hospital. There's even a sign reminding nursing and medical staff not to bring medical instruments into the room. Any necessary medical action will be carefully included by playroom personnel. Here, play specialists design a program for a wide age range. They'll also plan for the different physical situations of the children. Activities aim at refocusing children's attention from the intrusive medical culture back to a familiar world. In our early age group, children have no comprehension of medical procedures and the reasons behind them. Some of these procedures are severe. Limbs have to be put in plaster, natural movements have to be controlled. The reasons behind treatment may not be clear to children. So here at the focus of the treatment program, we can see a partnership at work. Eye contact, trust, touching, awareness, fun, distraction. Soon, through friendly associations, the medical aspects become more acceptable to children. This acceptance will also be carried to the medical team. Trust and cooperation are hard at work. Children now find an environment more closely related to home. So the associated stress that develops around most medical programs can be reduced. This sharpens the effectiveness of all treatment programs. In our older age groups, children have more verbal skills. They may be able to understand the reason for treatment and care, but again, the nature of hospitalisation sets up anxiety. Adults and play can assist recovery. Here, children are each given a doll. It's a personal gift. They can colour it, paint a face, dress it, do what they like, but it's their choice. Here, the hospital is seen as giving rather than taking. Thank you. Materials are given out in the same way. Children are free to choose, free to explore design and create. There's no risk of failure, no being controlled by a medical routine, simply a chance to regroup into a natural focus. As a result, medical and nursing staff see greater cooperation with necessary procedures. treatments become more acceptable and more effective. Teenagers are also a focus of a hospital play and recreational strategy. In the past, incorrect assumptions were made about this age group. For teenagers, play becomes recreation, friendly and interested contacts. A range of facilities allow for individual and group activity. There's still a choice, but a need for adult support and direction.
Well, you have to understand that when you come into a hospital, you're confronted by a whole set of new rules. You lose your privacy and you lose control of what's going on with your health in general. There's nurses and doctors who are making the decisions about what's going on. So the recreation program aims to provide not school-style activities which ensure success and therefore boost self-esteem and give the adolescents back a sense of control over what's happening to them. Also in hospital there can be isolation problems where you can have 4 adolescents in a room and often they won't talk to one another. And I can facilitate that interaction by providing activities through which they can socialise.
In 1986, the Association for the Welfare of Child Health established the Hospital Ward Grandparent Scheme. Here, senior citizens volunteer to care for specific children. This caring process continues throughout the time of the child's hospitalisation. This special relationship shows us the benefits of sharing in play.
I find it's most rewarding coming in here, not only helping with the little ones, but also the parents too, speaking to them. But it is lovely to come in and know, the children know that this is a safe house, that no medical procedures are performed on them, and therefore they accept the volunteers and the play specialists too as people that they can relate to like their own family people.
Personal involvement means building up a relationship of trust. Trust allows the child to share what are at times very personal and anxious feelings. If they feel understood, they're more disposed to react well to treatment. And that includes the right of any child to have the support of parents or carer during times when anaesthetic is given. The key is good self-esteem. If we can promote that, children can cope with a range of situations.
As our children make their journey from home through playgroups to kindergarten and school, play gives them a chance to practice skills. Play is a key to our children's development. Play allows children a chance to interpret, to work things out, then find meaning in their world. We should be there, sharing, enjoying, real partners in play.